You know, it's a lovely thought, isn't it? The idea that as we get older, our children will just naturally be there for us, handling everything, being our rock and our sole support. We've raised them, perhaps helped them out along the way, and it feels like the natural order of things. But let's be honest for a moment. Just between us, life isn't always that simple, is it? The painful reality is that our children have their own lives, their own families, their own stresses and responsibilities. They might live miles away, or be juggling demanding jobs, or perhaps they have their own health issues to contend with. Relying solely on them, expecting them to drop everything or solve every problem, can put an incredible strain on those precious relationships. It can lead to disappointment on both sides, and, frankly, leave us feeling quite vulnerable if that primary source of support isn't always available or able to cope with everything we might need. Thinking they'll just be there for our every need without us building other foundations can be, well, a bit foolish. It's not about loving them less. Not at all. It's about being practical and resilient. In this video, we're going to look at 8 much better, much more dependable places for us senior chaps to find support, purpose, and security, ensuring we have a strong, well-rounded life independent of putting all that pressure onto our kids. These are things we have more control over, things that can enrich our lives in ways we might not have considered. Watch right to the very end, because there's something I'll share that might genuinely surprise you about finding happiness and security in later life. Let's start with the first place we can put our trust. And it's perhaps the most obvious one, but one we sometimes neglect as we get older: our friends and our peers. Think about it. Who truly understands what it's like to be navigating these later years? Other people who are going through it too. Your friends, people your own age. They get the little aches and pains, the changing world, the loss of loved ones, the quiet moments, relying on your mates for companionship, for a listening ear, for a laugh, for practical help. That's a solid foundation. It's a two-way street as well. You're there for them, and they're there for you. It might be meeting up for a pint down the local, heading out for a walk, sharing stories about the grandkids or lack thereof, or just having someone to call when you're feeling a bit low or need a hand with something. This isn't the same kind of dependency as relying on your kids. It's mutual support, born from shared experiences and genuine affection. Building and maintaining these friendships takes effort, doesn't it? It's easy to let them drift, especially if mobility becomes an issue or people move away. But making that conscious decision to pick up the phone, to arrange that coffee, to join a club where you'll meet like-minded individuals, that effort pays dividends. Think about the people you know, or perhaps people you used to know. Could you reconnect? A simple phone call can open the door, or look for local groups. Many communities have men's sheds, walking groups, gardening clubs, or even just informal get-togethers at the community center. These places aren't just about the activity. They're about the connection, the camaraderie, the sense of belonging. You're not a burden. You're a valued member of a group. That sense of shared experience and mutual respect is incredibly powerful and provides a completely different kind of support than a parent-child relationship can. It's freeing, in a way, because the dynamics are different. You're equals. Sharing life's journey together. Having a network of friends means you have multiple points of contact, multiple people who care, spreading the potential need for support thinly across many shoulders rather than piling it all onto one or two. It gives you options. It gives you company. It gives you a sense of not being alone, which is vital as we get older. It's about proactively cultivating your social garden, making sure it's full of diverse and supportive plants, not just relying on a single, potentially overloaded tree. This kind of support is often overlooked when we think about dependency, but it's arguably one of the most crucial for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Moving on from the importance of our immediate circle of friends, let's talk about something broader but equally vital: our connection to the wider community and local groups. This is the second place we can depend on, and it's about integrating ourselves into the fabric of where we live, rather than becoming isolated within our four walls. Think about your local area. Well, what's going on? Is there a neighborhood watch, a local history society, a bridge club, a group that meets at the library, or the local pub for quizzes? Getting involved, even in a small way, provides structure, routine, and interaction. It connects you to people with shared interests, giving you something to look forward to and talk about. It's a different level of connection than close friendships. Perhaps, but it provides a valuable safety net and a sense of belonging to something bigger than just your immediate family. Volunteering is another fantastic way to tap into community support and provide it simultaneously. Helping out at a local charity shop, assisting at a community garden, supporting a local sports team. It gets you out, keeps you active, and puts you in touch with a whole range of people, young and old. You're contributing, you're valued, and you're surrounded by activity and potential connections. This isn't about needing help, it's about giving help, which paradoxically makes you feel stronger and more connected. You become part of the community support system, and in doing so, you build your own invisible support network. People you meet through these activities become familiar faces, then acquaintances, and sometimes friends. They are people who know you are there, people you can share a quick chat with, people who might notice if you suddenly weren't around. This regular, low-level interaction is incredibly grounding and prevents the slide into loneliness that can be so detrimental in later life. It shifts the focus from waiting for support to actively participating in life, creating a virtuous circle of giving and receiving connection. These local connections, these community ties, they form a robust safety net that isn't dependent on the busy schedules or geographical locations of your children. It's local, it's accessible, and it's built on shared locality and interests. It's about weaving yourself into the tapestry of your town or village, making sure you're a visible and active thread, not an isolated loose end. This gives you multiple points of contact and potential assistance right on your doorstep, beyond the social sphere. Let's turn our attention to something incredibly practical and often a significant source of worry if not managed well: our personal finances. This is the third crucial place we can depend on. Having a handle on your money. Understanding your income, your outgoings, your savings, and your pensions. That provides a fundamental sense of security and independence that no one else can give you. Relying on children for financial support in later life, if you haven't planned, can be a massive burden on them and deeply embarrassing for you. It's far better to be in control yourself. This isn't necessarily about being rich. It's about knowing what you have, making it last, and understanding what help might be available to you. Taking the time to organize your paperwork, understand your state pension, look into any benefits or allowances you might be entitled to, like attendance allowance, for example, which isn't means tested and is for help with personal care needs, not just medical ones. Perhaps even speaking to an independent financial advisor who specializes in retirement. These are steps towards self-reliance. It's about creating a clear picture and a plan. However simple, what are your regular bills? Do you have enough set aside for emergencies? Could downsizing or equity release be an option? And if so, is it right for you? These aren't always easy conversations to have, or easy things to sort out. But facing them head-on gives you back control. It prevents you from being in a position where you have to ask your children for money, which can fundamentally change the dynamic of the relationship and add immense stress. Knowing your financial situation, having a budget, and making informed decisions allows you to maintain your independence for much longer. It gives you choices. It allows you to pay for services if you need them. Perhaps a cleaner, a gardener, or private care down the line, reducing the reliance on family for practical help. It means you can afford to pursue those hobbies we talked about earlier, or visit those friends, or even travel if you're able. Financial security, at any level where you feel comfortable and in control, is a bedrock of independence in later life. It's empowering. It allows you to live your life on your terms, without feeling beholden or like a burden due to money worries. Getting professional advice, perhaps from an organization like Age UK or Citizens Advice, can seem daunting, but they are there to help you understand your options and entitlements without judgment. It's about being proactive now to secure your peace of mind for the future. It's about ensuring that your golden years aren't overshadowed by financial anxiety, allowing you to depend on your own careful planning and the systems designed to support you, rather than solely on the wallets of your children. Beyond the practicalities of money, let's explore something that truly nourishes the soul and provides a deep sense of purpose. Our hobbies, passions, and interests. This is the fourth vital area we can depend on. As the structure of work fades, and perhaps family commitments change, having things you genuinely love doing becomes incredibly important. Whether it's gardening, painting, woodworking, fishing, reading, playing a musical instrument, following a sports team, or collecting something. These activities aren't just ways to pass the time. They are sources of joy, engagement, and identity. They give you a reason to get up in the morning. They provide stimulation and satisfaction. They can connect you with others who share your passion. Linking back to the community aspect we discussed, relying on your passions means you're never bored. You are always learning or refining a skill, and you have a built-in source of fulfillment that is entirely independent of anyone else. You don't need permission or company to enjoy tending your vegetable patch or getting lost in a good book. This self-reliance on your own interests means you're not constantly looking to your children or anyone else to entertain you, occupy you, or give your life meaning. Your meaning comes from within, from the activities that light you up. This also makes you more interesting to be around. People are drawn to enthusiasm and passion. Sharing your knowledge of rose bushes, or your experience building birdhouses, or your thoughts on a classic novel can spark wonderful conversations and connections. Think about something you've always wanted to try or something you used to love doing, but let slide. Now is the perfect time to revisit it or start anew. Local colleges often have adult education courses. Community centers host workshops, or there are countless online resources these days. Investing time and energy in your hobbies is investing in your own happiness and resilience. It gives you a purpose beyond simply existing. It's a wellspring of contentment that you can tap into whenever you need it. It shifts the focus from needing external validation or occupation to finding internal satisfaction. When you have passions that absorb you, time flies, and life feels rich and full. Regardless of who is around you at any given moment, this active engagement with things you love is a powerful antidote to loneliness and a strong pillar of independent well-being. It ensures your days are filled with purpose and pleasure, reducing the likelihood of feeling like a burden or constantly needing others to fill your time. It's about cultivating your own internal garden of delights. Following on from staying mentally engaged with our hobbies, let's focus on the fifth cornerstone of independent well-being, maintaining our physical health and establishing good health routines. This might sound obvious, but it's absolutely fundamental to reducing dependence on others. The better you look after yourself physically, the more independent you can remain for longer. This isn't about trying to become an athlete overnight, but about making sensible choices and building consistent habits. Simple things like regular gentle exercise, walking, gardening, swimming, or even just doing some chair-based exercises can make a world of difference to your mobility, balance, and overall energy levels. Eating reasonably well, staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, and attending those routine checkups with the doctor or dentist. These are all acts of self-care that pay huge dividends. Think about the impact of poor health. It often necessitates relying on others for transport, for help around the house, for personal care, while children or professional carers can provide this support. Maintaining your health delays or reduces the need for it, allowing you to keep your independence and dignity. It also means you have the energy and ability to pursue those hobbies, visit those friends, and participate in the community activities we discussed earlier. It's all interconnected. Establishing a simple routine, perhaps a short walk each morning, making sure you drink enough water throughout the day, preparing simple, nutritious meals. These small habits build up. It's about listening to your body, addressing aches and pains promptly, and not ignoring persistent symptoms. Taking prescribed medications correctly and understanding why you're taking them is also crucial. Taking charge of your health isn't about being a burden on the NHS. It's about working with them to manage your well-being. It's about preventative measures and early intervention. It's about understanding your own health conditions and how to manage them day to day. This self-management reduces the need for urgent help and allows you to live a more predictable and independent life. Consider things like fall prevention, simple measures like tidying trip hazards, improving lighting, or getting grab rails fitted can make a huge difference. Having your eyes and ears checked regularly is also vital for maintaining independence and confidence when getting out and about. Prioritizing your health is arguably the most selfish thing you can do for yourself that ultimately benefits everyone around you, especially your children. By reducing potential worry and caregiving demands down the line, it's an act of self-respect and a powerful way to maintain control over your own life for as long as possible. It means you rely on your own strength and good habits, supported by medical professionals when needed, rather than being dependent on others to manage your daily physical needs. This proactive approach to well-being is a cornerstone of resilient aging. Moving on from physical health, let's talk about keeping our minds sharp and engaged. This is the sixth place we can depend on our own capacity for learning and staying mentally active. Just like our bodies, our brains need exercise, learning new things, engaging with challenging activities, staying curious about the world. These aren't just ways to pass the time. They are vital for maintaining cognitive function and independence. Think about the confidence that comes from mastering a new skill. Whether it's learning a new language, how to use a new piece of technology, taking a painting, or delving into a subject you know little about. It keeps your mind flexible and adaptable. Reading widely, doing puzzles like crosswords or Sudoku, playing strategy games, engaging in thoughtful conversations, listening to informative podcasts or lectures. These all contribute to cognitive resilience. It's about actively seeking out opportunities to learn and think. This mental agility allows you to handle everyday tasks more easily, solve problems independently, and navigate an ever-changing world with greater confidence. It reduces the likelihood of needing others to manage your affairs or make decisions for you because you feel overwhelmed or confused. Many universities offer free or low-cost online courses like FutureLearn or Coursera, though sometimes those names can sound a bit modern. Just thinking about online learning platforms generally, or local adult education classes. The Open University is a national treasure for distance learning. Your local library is a fantastic resource, not just for books, but often for talks, computer classes, and reading groups. Engaging with new information and ideas also keeps you connected to the present and the future, not just dwelling in the past. It gives you fresh perspectives and things to discuss with people of all ages. It ensures you remain a vibrant, interesting individual with something to contribute. Relying on your own intellect and curiosity means you can continue to make informed decisions about your life, manage your own affairs, and adapt to new circumstances. It's about empowering yourself through knowledge and mental engagement. This constant mental stimulation is a powerful form of self-reliance, ensuring you can depend on your own sharp mind to navigate the complexities of later life, rather than needing others to think or decide for you. It's about maintaining your intellectual independence and your ability to engage fully with the world around you. Now, let's talk about something that has become increasingly important for staying connected and accessing resources. And that's technology. This is the seventh place we can depend on. For some, technology feels daunting, a young person's game, but learning to use a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer, and getting online opens up a world of possibilities that can significantly enhance your independence and reduce reliance on others for simple tasks. Think about being able to video call your children or grandchildren who live far away. Suddenly, distance feels less isolating. Being able to do your banking online saves trips to the branch. Ordering groceries or other essentials online is incredibly convenient, especially if mobility is an issue. Accessing information, whether it's looking up symptoms on a reputable health website, finding out about local events, or researching a hobby, is quick and easy. Technology can also be a lifeline for safety. Devices like personal alarms or health monitoring gadgets can provide reassurance and prompt help if needed, giving both you and your family peace of mind without requiring someone to be physically present constantly. There are often local classes or volunteer groups that offer help with learning basic computer or internet skills, tailored specifically for older people. Organizations like Age UK often have digital inclusion programs. Don't be afraid to ask for help from someone patient, perhaps a friend or even a tech-savvy grandchild. But try and learn to do it yourself. It's incredibly empowering. Learning to use email means you can keep in touch with friends and family easily. Using social media platforms in a limited, safe way can help you stay connected to wider circles and interests. It's about using technology as a tool to enhance your independence, not letting it become a source of frustration. Relying on technology, once you've mastered the basics, means you can access services, stay connected, and find information without needing someone else to do it for you. It's a powerful enabler of self-reliance in the modern world. Finally, the eighth, and often overlooked, place we can and absolutely should depend on is professional support and services. While our children might want to help with everything, they are not necessarily trained or equipped to handle complex needs, whether that's legal matters, health issues requiring specific care, or even just domestic help. Relying on appropriate professionals is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of wisdom and good planning. This could be anything from consulting a solicitor about making or updating a will and sorting out powers of attorney absolutely crucial, to engaging a reputable cleaner or gardener if those tasks become too much, to arranging professional care services if health needs increase. Thinking about power of attorney. For example, setting this up while you are still mentally capable is one of the most responsible and independent things you can do. It ensures that trusted individuals who could be, but don't have to be, your children. Perhaps a professional can manage your affairs according to your wishes if you become unable to. This prevents difficult situations and potential legal battles down the line, which would inevitably involve and burden your children. Similarly, discussing future care preferences with healthcare professionals and making your wishes known through things like advanced decisions can ensure you receive care that aligns with your values. Reducing uncertainty and difficult decisions for your family. Relying on professional care services, whether it's a few hours of home help each week or more intensive support, is often the most sustainable and appropriate way to manage increasing needs. These services are provided by trained individuals who know what they're doing and can offer consistent, reliable support. This frees up your children to be your family, to visit and enjoy time with you, rather than being burdened by being your primary carers. It allows them to maintain their relationships with you as sons or daughters, rather than shifting solely into a caregiver role. So, we've talked about building a strong network of friends and peers, weaving yourself into the local community, getting your finances in order, nurturing your passions, looking after your physical health, keeping your mind active through learning, embracing technology, and wisely using professional support and services. These 8 areas, your friends, your community, your finances, your passions, your health habits, your learning, technology, and professional services, are robust pillars of support that you have significant agency over. Building on these foundations means you are creating a multifaceted support system for yourself. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Specifically, not the basket of your children's already busy lives. It's about being proactive, about taking control where you can, and about building resilience from within and from diverse sources around you. Remember, small changes in any of these areas can make a big difference to your overall well-being and your ability to live independently and happily for longer. It's about empowering yourself, ensuring you have choices, and reducing the potential for strain on your family relationships. Living a full, engaged life, supported by your own efforts and a network of resources, is the greatest gift you can give yourself and, in many ways, your children too. It allows them to be your loving family, rather than feeling obligated to be your sole caregivers and problem solvers. Now, that surprise I mentioned at the beginning, here it is. While we focused on not solely relying on your children, the surprising truth is that by building these other pillars of support, by becoming more independent and self-reliant in these 8 areas, you often strengthen your relationship with your children. When the pressure of being your everything is removed, when they see you are engaged, supported, and capable, your time together becomes higher quality. It's focused on connection, shared moments, and mutual enjoyment, rather than needs and obligations. It allows them to offer support from a place of love and willingness, not duty or burden. That, perhaps, is the greatest dependency of all. The healthy, loving connection you can maintain with your children when you both know you have strong foundations elsewhere. What steps could you take today in one of these 8 areas? Perhaps call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Look up a local club. Sort out that pile of financial paperwork. Think about it and maybe share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. It helps others to hear what has worked for you. And if you found this helpful, please do give the video a like. It helps it reach more people who might benefit from this message. And subscribe to the channel if you'd like more ideas and encouragement for living well at any age. Thank you for watching. Remember, you have the power to build a rich, secure, and independent life for yourself. Live your best life at every age.